Welcome to Love My Ride, where the Village's residents show and tell us about one of their favorite passions, their cars. Let's start off with the Village of Harmswood resident, David Lachey, a self-described Ford guy and a gearhead when it comes to automobiles.
We're looking at a 1963 Galaxie 500. It's a tank. It's over 4,000 pounds, and it's not your typical hot rod race car, but I made it one. You could actually buy one like this from Ford back in the day. They made a certain amount of these. There was quite a few of the 427. They called them R codes. This one was not an original R code. This had a 352 in it at one time. The gentleman that owned this car before me owned it for 22 years, and he had a different engine in it. I bought it purposely knowing that I was going to do what I did to it. I put an original 427 engine back in it, and so it would be period correct is what I call it. 500 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. And I really didn't buy it to race, but it stirred up my race juices again. I raced a lot when I was as a young adult. Back then I raced Pontiacs and not Fords, but you know, it just stirred me up, and so I went to the racetrack when I originally bought it, and turned around, and that's when I said, oh, I got to fix this car. And I've changed every part from the radiator all the way through the rear end, including the suspension. This is drag racing. Yeah, the car, my quest was to make the car somewhere around a 12-second car. So I didn't super build the engine. It's built so it's really streetable. So I can street and strip it and do both. I've broken everything in the drivetrain except for the engine. I built that, and it's held together from the very beginning. I've done okay, but I won a very large race, a national race in Bradenton 2 years ago. It's called the Stick Shift Shootout. There was about 75 cars in the class, and the top 8 cars got to race against each other for the final prize, and I won that. It was, I guess that was the pinnacle of all of it. I've never done that again. It's exhilarating. It really, you know, that's how I describe this car. It just jumps, you know, and you can feel it. It's what they call a teardrop hood. It's apparently it's to allow the heat out from the engine compartment, but there's always a pressure right in front of the windshield, so it helps get air in when you're driving. My favorite thing is that it's unique, and everywhere I go, people are talking about it. People ask me, and they don't recognize it. They look at it and say, "What kind of car is this?" You know, or they'll really stick their foot out and say, "Is that a Chevy?" Or, you know, that's what I get lots of times. You know, so it's really interesting. I like driving around town. I like going through the gears. That was why I bought it originally. You know, was just part of a bucket list. But to race it that was the cream on the cake.
David takes his Galaxie out for a drive on the streets once every 2 weeks and races it once a month. Villager Craig Cook honors his best friend of 30 years with a car he calls the Drewmobile.
1957 T-Bird. It's an E-Series. They only made 1499 of them. It's dedicated to my buddy Drew, who passed away 2 years. In 21, March of 21, he passed away. His cousin called us and told us that Drew left me the car, my wife and I. So I had it shipped down here, and it needed a little bit of TLC. Not much, because what you see is he did most of the work, the way the car looks right now. Since I've had it in the past almost 2 years now, I've gotten 4 trophies with it and lots of great looks. People just can't believe that, you know, how nice a shape it is, but everybody's got a story. It was their neighbor's car, they drove around, they wanted one. I get a lot of the women saying, oh, we love riding in that car. I like it with the top on because of the portholes. To me, that makes the Thunderbird that year, the 55, 56, and 57. That makes it special. But I've driven it with the top off, but I really like it just the way it sits now. It's a 312, 272 horsepower, and it's colonial white, which is the original color, and I'm keeping it all the way it is. I just had it ceramic waxed and the roof redone and painted colonial white.
The referral ensures the coordination of care. The coordination of care is very important, especially with seniors. With Florida Blue, we turn our referrals around in 72 hours. So that should let our members know that they can get in to see a specialist in a timely manner. And the referral is good for 6 visits or 6 months, whichever comes first. So when you're looking at plans and you're looking at the competition and you're looking at other things, those are some of the things that make companies differentiate themselves. And our ability to allow our members a 72-hour turnaround, 6 visits or 6 months with 1 referral, that's one of the things that I believe makes Florida Blue different.
Stop into a Florida Blue office today located in the Villages Healthcare Centers at Mulberry, Creekside, and Brownwood, or call 352-629-7070.
The Villages Daily Sun is now offering another way to manage your subscription. You can always call us at 352-751-7964 and speak to one of our exceptional customer service representatives, or visit thevillagesdailysun.com, click on Manage Subscription, and follow the prompts to start, manage, or pay your subscription. View our quick help videos too. Call on us or click on us. We're here to help. 352-751-7964 or thevillagesdailysun.com. The Villages Daily Sun, your trusted source for Villages news and information every day.
Going on now at Kart World Golf Cars, the winter clearance sale.
Buy now and save big. Additional bonus discounts up to $1,000 on all in-stock 2024 Club Car onwards.
Whether you're in the market for a 2, 4, or 6-seater, with gas, electric, or lithium power, Kart World has it.
With 0% financing available, there's never been a better time to buy.
Hurry, don't miss out. When these cars are gone, so are these prices.
Curtis Kalka has owned convertibles before, and it took him about a year to find his current daily driver.
Mercedes-Benz got a designer together for the colors, and they put together the diamond white exterior color, the Bengal red interior color with piano black interior trim. I've just always appreciated the 2-seater Mercedes most of my life, and now that I'm retired, I can afford it, and so I bought it because I think it's a very stylish car. It's a 3.0 bi-turbo V6 with 359 foot-pounds of torque and 356 horsepower. And this is the S series, which is their top-of-the-line series. It just gives you a rock-solid feel. It's a automatic 9-speed, and I would have to believe that 9-speed, not that I bought the car for the miles per gallon, but it surprised me. Going 75 miles an hour on I-75, I can get 32 miles per gallon. Normally it's comfort because I'm just, casually driving around, but if I get on Megasin or any place that has a roundabouts, I'll put it in Sport Plus. It makes me feel good. It's a materialistic reminder of maybe I have done things right through my life.
A near accident in Orlando led to Harlan Thrailkill wanting to purchase a safe vehicle. After doing research, this self-described techie found exactly what he was looking for.
This is a 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance. Bought a Tesla Model 3 to start with because it's cheapest. I decided to go with the Model Y though because it's an SUV model. You got more space, you got a little bit more range, and one of the biggies too, you also got more headroom. You cannot get a Tesla without the sunroof. Especially on the interstates now, there are so many chargers available, just Tesla alone, not counting some of the other brands. I use a website called A Better Route Planner. The only time you really have to worry much at all is when you're going cross country away from the interstates. But I can use that software and it'll route me to where I cross interstates near chargers and I can charge. The efficient range is about 15-20% up to 80-85%. So you're normally going to try to stay in those ranges. And I can go from here to Valdosta, Georgia, I can go from here to Valdosta, Georgia in one charge. This is a performance, so it's built with stiffer suspension because it's designed to be a performance car, not a comfort car. Oh yeah, the electric engine, you have no hesitation like you do with an automobile. You just slightly touch the pedal and you're gone. I mean, it takes off immediately. Okay, last month I used 724 kilowatts, cost me $85. I saved $243 versus the average cost of gas in Florida. That's for 1 month. Over the last year, I've used 7,184 kilowatts, cost me $1,203, and that saved me $2,119 versus the average cost of gas in Florida. And that does not account for the fact that a majority of my charging is free off my solar at home. The Villages Tesla Club, we've got over 300 members of the club now, over 100 cars, and a lot of them, probably about a third to half of those don't even own a car yet. They're contemplating it or they got one order and they're waiting for it to come in and they're wanting to learn all the features about it. And that's a lot of what we do with the Tesla Club is teach people how to use the car. Once you learn how to use it, it's very easy.
In addition to his energy efficient Tesla, Harlan has an electric golf cart, electric lawn equipment, and solar panels on his home. He says this is the most unbelievable car he's ever owned.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible, so call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
No President's Sale beats a going out of business President's Sale. Knowles Furniture and Mattress Outlet. Final days. Closing forever after 65 years. It's our final President's Day ever. Extra discounts store-wide now through President's Day. Prices slashed even lower than our already low going out of business prices. Everything is in stock and ready to go. We'll do everything we can to sell as much as we can by end of business President's Day. Our final President's Day ever at Knowles Furniture and Mattress Outlet. Going out of business forever at 2110 U.S. Highway 441, Leesburg.
Robert Stanziola has been here in the Villages for just over a year, and he really enjoys going for a ride in what he calls his Sunday car.
You're looking at a 2017 Mercedes 250K. Well, it was the styling that caught my eye, and the convertible because I lived in Hilton Head at the time. So I needed the convertible. I didn't need it, but I enjoyed it. Oh, very fast. I mean, you hit that gas pedal and you're off. Your head goes back. The comforts are all there. Almost every imaginable comfort you need is in this car. Oh, we're talking about air conditioning. Air condition comes out at the headrest. The controls are very easy to handle. Everything's at your fingertips. It turns heads, definitely turns heads, especially when the top's down. It's very dependable, very easy to drive, and its looks, and I enjoy it. It meets my needs.
Robert plans to enjoy his red Mercedes for as long as possible because it just makes him smile. Village of Harmswood resident Maria Lombard's convertible was an unexpected gift from her late father.
It's a Bentley Continental 2009. My dad bought that. He was with my husband in Fort Lauderdale at a fancy car salon, and my husband bought a Ferrari. And my dad said, if you buy the Ferrari, Maria will look good in this car. So I got that one. Oh, I loved it, but I had a beautiful Corvette, you know, the 50 year anniversary convertible. I loved that. So first I said, oh no, I have already a nice car. So anyway, I had to sell the other one because we had only 4-car garage. This is much stronger. You can feel, you know, when I turn on the engine, it goes like 12 cylinders. It's really a lot of car. Yeah, really power, and it drives wonderful. You have pedals, you can drive it like a race car driver, but I don't do that, you know. Here on the steering wheel, I don't do that. First of all, it's a memory of my dad, and I love it. It's elegant. I really like it. I just push a button, and when a big cloud comes, and I can close it easy. It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful. I have a girlfriend, she always said, pick me up in your Bentley. So she loves it more than I think.
Maria says her Bentley is a constant reminder of her late father. Village of Dunedin resident Roger Wheeling used to own a 1955 Ford Thunderbird. He wasn't planning to sell it, but a buyer came along, so he did. He knew exactly what he wanted for his next car, as you'll see.
1955 Ford Thunderbird Resto Mod. A Resto Mod is somebody that's took an original car and upgraded the running gear. Some people do the interior. Mine's pretty much original, but all the running gear is upgraded. I was telling some of the guys in the T-Bird Club that I didn't want another original T-Bird, that I wanted another T-Bird, but I wanted to get a Resto Mod. So it turned out one of the guys in the club knew the guy that built this car. This guy built this car, passed away. So this car was in a garage up in the Spanish Springs area, and it had been sitting there over 4 years since this guy died. It's just sitting there covered up and nothing ever done to it. And she let me come and look at it, that she was kind of getting ready to get rid of it. So I made her an offer on it, and she took it. 5.0 liter Mustang, 302 cubic inch from a early model Mustang, and it has a C4 Ford transmission, and it has a 9-inch Ford rear end. Taillights are from a 55 Mercury station wagon, and they fit perfect on a 55 or 56 Thunderbird. And I kind of hated them when I first got it, but they've kind of grown on me for a while. But most people at the car show that looked at it absolutely loved it. Loved those taillights. But so I guess for now they'll stay on here. I tell you, the power steering has made it a totally different car, but it drives and rides great. I took this thing to Spanish Springs Saturday night, and people just absolutely love this paint job. It turned out really nice. It's a pleasure to drive it. It is, it really is. It drives better than any old car I've ever had.
Overactive bladder, or OAB, can change your world, like going hiking. Just to hike to the bathroom. Reaching for the bar, just to reach for pads. Waiting for the sunset, just to wait for the stall. Discover Gemtesa, a once-a-day pill proven to reduce all 3 key symptoms of OAB: leakage episodes, urgency, and frequency in adults.
Do not take if you have a known allergic reaction to Gemtesa or its ingredients. Tell your doctor right away if you're unable to empty your bladder or if you have a weak urine stream. Tell your doctor if you're taking medicines that contain digoxin or if you have liver or kidney problems. Side effects may include headache, common cold symptoms, diarrhea, nausea, urinary tract, and upper respiratory tract infection.
Ask your doctor about Gemtesa. More time here, less time there.
You want to enjoy your home, we know. To live well is to eat well. Doc's Restorations knows you want a beautiful kitchen to enjoy your favorite meals with your family. Licensed, bonded, and insured, we can make it happen. Bathroom? We work with trusted brands and American-made materials for a squeaky clean result. Family owned and operated for over 14 years, experienced craftsmen and design consultants. We stand on it. We'll make you look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors. And much more. So relax. Doc's Restorations will take care of it all for you. One company, one source, one solution.
Village of Lynn Haven resident Steve Curtis's first car was a 1946 Ford Coupe. He loves hot rods, and his newest one is the nicest yet. He purchased it from his neighbor who did all the work on it.
I used to walk by his house every morning. I do a lot of walking, and I always loved the looks of it. And he the other day, well, you know, a month, 2 months ago, he told me he was going to sell it. So I made him a lowball offer, of course. And then next day I added 5,000 more to it. And then the next day I came up to what he wanted, and we made the deal. 1932 Ford 3-window coupe, a 350 Chevy motor in it, a 350 transmission, Ford rear end, and a fiberglass body. A lot of power. It really goes. And that's my problem. I love the sound of it, love the way it drives, the power, the horsepower, it's nice. I just love it. It just sounds so good. Brings me back in the old days. When I was a kid, everybody had hot rods.
You got power windows?
Yeah, power windows, air conditioning, CD player with a radio. Yeah, he did an awful lot of work to it, an awful lot. I love the color and the style. I love the style of it. I get a lot of thumbs up. A friend of mine, he's got a couple of hot rods, and he told me when they give you a thumbs up, that's a trophy.
During last year's cruise-in at Spanish Springs, his car won a People's Choice Trophy. Village of Tall Trees resident Jim Price shows off his custom Dodge.
We're looking at a 2020 Dodge Charger 392 Hemi Scat Pack. It's got a 392 Hemi, which is the original cubic inches of the early Hemis, back before they were 426s. The originals were 392. It's 6.4 liters versus the 5.7, which is the more common. The earlier Chargers had that. They came out with this engine for some more horsepower. It's very, very throttle responsive. Chrysler has built into the computer a lot of different options for how much throttle response they have, whether or not the tires spin or they hook up. I don't know who it was, someone famous said, there's no such thing as too much horsepower, there's not enough traction. Sit you back in the seat like the old cars used to. You know, you can really feel the G-force in it. It's got a lot of G-force. It doesn't spin tires, although if you put it where it will, you can take traction control off, it will spin tires, but I have no tickets, and I want to keep it that way. The transmission's an 8-speed automatic. It'll shift manually. It's got paddle shifters like a Ferrari or the Corvettes or anything, and it shifts faster than you can, so I really don't even use them. It rides like a heavier car, but accelerates like a lighter car. It has a nice heavy feel on the road like a 4-door sedan would have. So it's very comfortable. It's a nice, smooth ride like you would expect a Cadillac to have. You know, it has that kind of nice ride. Holds the road very good, handles very well on the road. It has that nice low rumble. Nothing sounds like a Hemi as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I've had a few of them over the years, and they just have a very distinct sound to them. When you're going down the road, when you let off the gas, you can hear that inside the car. It's not too loud, but you can hear that distinct sound it makes. I had the hashtag stripes put on the fenders.
I had the Scat Pack put on the bottom. I changed all the lights around to LEDs, all the corner lights, and the hashtags on the red on the wheels. It's practical because you can take another couple with you, but it has the horsepower that you enjoy. I have to tell you, I like the way it looks. I think it's a really nice looking car. I think this is the last one I'm going to buy. But every 3 years I get the itch, so I can't guarantee that, but yeah, I like this car a lot.
Thanks for watching Love My Ride. Be on the lookout for these fine vehicles in and around the area and get out there and enjoy the Village's lifestyle.
The number one complaint that I hear from most of my patients, and remember, some of these patients are here against their will, right? Somebody sent them here. They came in kicking and screaming with their arms crossed. And even those folks will tell me their biggest issue that they think they have, or that they even will acknowledge, is understanding people in social settings. You can have a very subtle high-frequency loss and very good normal low-frequency hearing, and you get into a crowd with noise, you're lost, right? You hear people, but you don't understand them. All you have to do by law to fit somebody with a hearing aid is have them push a button to tones, have them repeat words in a quiet situation, and do bone conduction, where they put a bone oscillator on your head, right? That's all it takes legally. But if somebody tells me, hey doc, I can't hear well in noise, or I'm lost in crowds, don't I want that information? Don't I want to assess that? So speech and noise testing is my favorite test that I run with patients, because it quantifies their acknowledgement of a complaint that they know they have. It lets me show them, compared to normal hearing individuals, this is your handicap in noise.
When you visit Cody's, you're walking into a great bar with fantastic drink options, including 2-for-1 happy hour, and a very cool place to eat with great food and phenomenal service.
I love the BOGO fajitas every Wednesday, and we love coming here and feel like family.
Just like family, with loads of smiles for you at Cody's Original Roadhouse in Brownwood and Lake Sumter Landing.
I'm an event planner. I love making people smile. When I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, I had to stop working. But my doctors at UF Health treated me like I was special. I owe them my life.
Designation from the National Cancer Institute places the UF Health Cancer Center among the nation's top cancer programs.
Now, thanks to UF Health, I'm the one smiling.
You love the sunshine.
The sunshine. Sunshine. Sunshine.
It makes you happy.
So happy because I'm happy. Clap along.
You love great music. It makes you smile.
You make me smile. Make me smile. Just to see you smile.
Your Village's soundtrack. WVLG.